add a bit of gas, and then smoothly off the clutch. On this video, I'm going to show you how to drive a manual car on the really tight streets of London. Let's go. So this is a very narrow road. I'm in Hampstead right now, where it's infamous for having really narrow streets. And I'm behind this car right now, and I can't move off from here without getting too close. So I'm going to get into reverse, do all my checks, and then reverse while I'm looking around as well. Yeah, once I've got enough space, I can go into first gear. I'll look around. I'm going to signal because there are people around here. I'll look around over my shoulder as well, and then come out slowly. So you notice I'm not bringing my clutch up too high, keeping it around the biting point. And then once I get to like around here, so you see I'm still keeping it slow, keeping my clutch control, then I can bring my clutch up a bit higher. And you can see I'm driving in the middle of the road here. I can't be too far to the left because otherwise I'm going to scratch the cars that are parked up there. Here we're going to go straight on. So I'm still in first, checking both sides. And then I can see in the distance there's a lorry parked up on the left there, and not much space, and there's a car coming through, so I'll wait here for them. So they can go in this space, and then once they've gone, I'm going to look for any more cars coming through. And there's another car coming down. I'll move a bit for this car so they can go around me. And I wait for that car to come down as well. So you see, it's a lot of waiting and being patient. If I rushed in there, I might get stuck. So once they've gone past, I'm going to check my mirror and then start moving out. I can see there's a car turning into this road, but hopefully they're going to wait up there. We'll see what happens when we get closer. So like now I can go past the lorry, check my left, and then carry on. I can see there's a no entry sign over there, so I'm just going to wait for this car to do their thing. So the whole time I'm still in first, I haven't changed gears yet. I'm going to turn right at the end here, so the pedestrian's waiting there, so I'll let them cross. And then creep up to the edge, checking both sides, and then another giveaway pretty much straight away. And let me turn left here. This is a bit of a hill right now. It's a very tight one as well, so my car is struggling a little bit. So you notice I'm going really slow up here because I couldn't see around the corner. So not only is it tight around here, but it's very hilly as well. So now I'm in second, and this bit is hilly again, so I'm just going to keep it second for now, but I'm preparing for any cars that might come down the road, because even though it's very small, this is still a two-way road. So you see, very narrow. I might even think about going into first, because here it's getting really tight. Yeah, my car's struggling, so let me go into first, so I don't scratch this Tesla. And then there's a no entry over there, so the road bends towards the right, and again, making sure I check first. I'm keeping it in first here because this is really, really hilly. It doesn't make sense going into second right now. Still keeping it in first. There's a sign there telling us we can only turn left. Now, if you're on your test and you see this kind of sign, or you don't see it, the examiner's not going to tell you which way to go. Hopefully you'll see it yourself and then decide to go the correct way. I'm still going to signal left anyway, just so that pedestrians can see where I'm going, even though drivers should know that I can only turn left here. It looks quite busy, so I'm just going to make eye contact with the drivers on the right hand side. I see a small gap that side. Thank you. So you notice my clutch is still down. It didn't make sense to bring up the clutch. If I bring up right now, there's no point because I'm stopping anyway, so I might as well keep my clutch down. I could go into neutral, or I could just leave it in first gear. Totally up to you. If you leave it in neutral, just make sure that you're comfortable enough to get ready quickly enough, so that you're not holding up too many people, or that you don't panic and try to do it quickly. So now the lights are changing. I will go into first. So you see the van was opening his door, that guy opened his door, so the traffic wasn't moving straight away. And I'm not rushing because you see there's a car turning right blocking our way, so there's no point rushing here, clutch down. And then now I can bring my clutch up again, keeping an eye on the light to make sure that it's still green. And then now I can accelerate a bit more and go into second. Still keeping it kind of slow around here. The temptation here, which is a lot of learners do, is they'll try to keep up with this car and they'll get too close. And you notice that the lights started changing, but then it was too late for me to stop, so I didn't panic and just carried on. You don't want to be stopping suddenly for amber lights. It's not safe. Again, keeping my distance between me and this car. Checking my surroundings as well, see who's behind me, how close are they? What are they doing? Are they trying to go around me? Are they really close? The road here is getting a bit tight again, so I'm thinking about maybe going into first. I've got my clutch ready, just in case I have to change into first gear. But now everyone's stopping. Clutch down smoothly, all the way down, and then into first. I want to turn right at the traffic lights here, so I'm positioning myself already towards the right, but I'm not going to do what that car's done, because you see now they're going to be a bit on the wrong side of the road. I don't want to be blocking up that lane, so I'm going to stay here until the lane opens up a bit more, then I'm going to go more forward. But I can see there's a van parked on the left facing towards us, so this car is going to try to go around them. There's already a car in front of them trying to go around as well, so you want to be looking out for these things. I think the car in front is parked actually now, so you want to be looking out for these things, and this car is going to go around them unless they're parking there as well. Hopefully they're paying attention so they can move. I don't think they've realized that person's parked. So now they've realized, and they've gone around them, yeah? And I'm going to signal. So sometimes people don't realize what's happening, so you just have to be patient and let them do their thing. I'm going to wait in the box, because you are allowed to wait in the box when you're turning right. So I'll wait in the center here, waiting for a big gap or for the light to go red for these guys, then I'll make my turn. So even this van's got priority. I'm not going to try to cut in front of him. I'm going to wait until it's safe. So I'm looking at them and looking at the light. The mistake a lot of learners make here is they're only focusing on the cars, or they're only focusing on the light. You want to look at both of them, at the light and the cars coming down the road. So now that's going to amber, it's going to turn red. I'll check my mirror and then go, because this car now has a red light as well. There's no point in me waiting around there, because if I stay around there for too long, these cars will start coming towards me and I'll be blocking their way. So now I can go to second. So this is downhill now. Instead of going uphill, it's a bit more downhill. So I don't want to use too much gas, maybe even not any gas at all. I'm using my brakes to control my speed. I've got a road hump here. So you notice I'm not touching the gas. I'm just braking gently to control my speed. Even the car in front, they're doing the same thing as well, which is why their brake lights are on. They're controlling their speed using their brakes. I'm going to take the next right, so center mirror, right mirror, signal right. Now these cars that are coming out of there have to wait for us, so I'm going to go in there slowly. I'm going to first because it's a really tight turn here. Then I'll make my turn. So depending on the car, if it's a really sharp turn, you might want to use first gear. Yeah, still keeping it relatively slow, not going too quick, because there's road humps everywhere and it doesn't make sense to go fast. Now it's going uphill, so now I do need a bit of gas to go up the hill. Earlier downhill, I was just using my brake, but going uphill, I'll need the gas to keep the car moving. And then here, I'm going to pull up on the left behind this car here. I'm not going to get too close, so I'm just going to put my clutch down from early, brake, and then secure the car. Now here, sometimes when people put the handbrake on here, they'll put on like a normal 2 clicks and then come off the brake, and then the car will start rolling back. So right now it's moving, and then they'll think, why is the car moving? It's because on a hill like this, sometimes you need more clicks than normal, just to make sure the car is held by the handbrake. So now it's time to move on again. And here it's very easy to get it wrong, because I'm on a hill, and if I don't do it properly, I'll roll back. So let me show you the wrong way. So let's say now I'm trying to move, and the hill is stopping me right now, but if I don't do it properly, you see the car start rolling back. So to avoid it rolling back like that, I'm going to use the biting point first, and then once I'm happy to go, check my right mirror again, over my shoulder, and then come out slowly, yeah? My foot is still on the clutch around the biting point. If I bring up too fast now, it's gonna go either too quick or it's gonna stall. Now I'm going straight on, these cars are turning left, so I'm just gonna keep to this side, keeping it slow for this bit. And then once I go past here, check my mirror, go into second. Let me show you another way of moving off with the handbrake this time. So on a hill again, I'll show you the handbrake technique now. So instead of using my brake and the clutch, I'm going to use my handbrake, okay? So again, going to first. Before I release the handbrake, I'm going to get my biting point first, because if I don't do that, watch what happens. You see, the car starts rolling back. So instead of rolling back like that, I'm going to get my biting point first, and I know I've got my biting point because the car will raise up slightly at the front, and then also you can hear the engine making a different kind of noise. So I'm going to wait until I get a nice gap. I'm not going to get my biting point too early, because you don't want to be at the biting point for too long. So now I can see there's a last car coming from there. I'll get my biting point, add a bit of gas as well. Let me signal as well actually. Add a bit of gas, and then smoothly off the clutch. Yeah, taking my time here because this car needs a bit of space. And then going through slowly. You see, it's very tight here. You don't want to be rushing around here, otherwise you are going to end up getting too close to other cars and potentially hitting them. Now going to second. You notice around here I haven't even touched or even thought about going to third, because it doesn't make sense around here to go into third, but in this car anyway. Some cars you might have to, but in this car, second gear is doing really well for these kind of roads. And then here we've got a chicane where only one car can fit through, so I'm just going to check my mirror and then move a bit towards the right and then go into that space. And following the road round towards the left here, this person has to wait for me. It's not a pedestrian crossing. You don't have to stop for them, unless obviously if they're stepping the road, then that's a different story, then you have to stop. But if they are waiting by the island there, you carry on. So you can see a sign there telling us the road's going to get narrower on both sides. So it's still a two-way road. Some people, when they get here, they think it's a one-way road, but it's not. It's still a two-way, so you have to think about any cars that might potentially be coming up this road here. And then we're going to get to a space where only one car can fit through, because there's parked cars on that side. Check my mirror. And we're turning left at the end, so now it's getting a bit wider. I can signal left. So it looks like it's a weird one, because I'm not actually turning left. I'm going straight, but it's still considered a left turn here, because I could either turn right into this road or go this way, which would have been a left. And just because the road is a bit wider, don't get tempted to go faster, because it's still 20 miles per hour around here. So I'm still keeping control of my speed, making sure I don't go over the speed limit.